Was anybody else throwing things at their television like we were when we watched it live tonight? Oh my goodness. Let's discuss. Hello, everyone. My name is Jenny, otherwise known as Senior Perspective. Welcome to my channel. We are talking today about the one-on-one part 2. I said at the very end of the live stream, which we just finished, I'm tickled pink that this was better than part 1 because I thought part 1 was pretty darn good. This was better. And we know they kept the best for last. So next week, can it get better? Can it keep going up like this? I was saying, like when you watch movies and stories and all that, there's kind of that lull right around the third quarter, that little section. I'm afraid next week maybe it's going to go down, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we're just going to take this trajectory, go straight up. Now, was it all amazing, great, and wonderful? No. But Kody was put in his place, and the OG3 in this episode rose to the top like, each one of them. Just chef's kiss, the best. We opened up with Janelle, and I just thought, wow, that's going to be the pinnacle of this episode. No, she was probably the bottom. I think each one got better. Mary knocked it out of the park. Christine, at one point I just said, I'm not going to have a review. I'm just going to want to keep just putting every clip that Christine said out there. Just like ditto. Yes. I mean, what am I going to say? Yes. I couldn't have said it better than she did. Oh, she was so good in this episode. Kody was such a dork, full of lies and full of just chat, talk, make no sense. Let's deflect and talk about something else. Let's not answer the question. Or we saw a lot of, I'm going to state it's this way. And then later on, when I'm asked the same question or asked in a different way, I'm going to say it's this way, 180, different from what I said at the beginning, but not be able to explain why. He's Kody Brown. He was being Kody Brown. And Robin, we saw a different Robin. Don't like Robin. Did not like Robin. All right, should I start there? Where should we start? Let me just pull up the episode here. Okay, we open it up with, oh my gosh, I just want to share everything that Christine said. All right, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to have a little clip here. They were reviewing last week and they just kind of blended right into starting. And I don't even know the question that precipitated this, but basically Christine is talking to the fact that Kody blames the breakup of their family on the wives. The wives all left. They messed up the family. And Christine points out, no, Kody, we left because the family was broken. And Kody broke it. Basically what she says.
He had this dream and this vision of everything beautiful and perfect, but he puts it on all of us for leaving. And it's like before we left, it was broken. Before we left, everything had fallen apart.
And then instantly there's a cut to Robin and Suki's asking her, did you like it when you were called a sacred cow? So good. Robin's response, moo, no. And then she acts like she doesn't know what a sacred cow is.
Lies.
You know, if somebody called me something that clearly appeared to be an insult, but it's not a phrase I've ever heard before, my reaction would not be, I don't know, a cow? Moo. I don't know what that is. No. Lies.
Moo, I don't know, whatever, I don't care. I don't care.
Is that like a term?
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
I'm not sure where that came from.
I don't know what that is. I don't know where that came from. BS. There is no way that long ago you were called a cow. Which I love. Okay, it's a sacred cow, the concept coming from the Hindu religion and the reverence that they have for a cow. Sacred cow is something you don't touch. The connection to people and the use of it in everyday language is something that's above reproach, untouchable, up on a shelf to be revered and appreciated, but not questioned. Robin is the epitome of a sacred cow in their family. And do you think for a second she did not look that up and figure out what it was? No. So here we go. Lie number 1. Should we keep track of them? Oh, Lordy. There's so many. I'll try. I might give up on this. Lie number 1. I don't know what a sacred cow is. Okay, I'm going to point out now her responses in this entire episode. And really in the last one, because remember I said it really bothered me the way she answered that one question. She didn't really answer any questions. They didn't have much of Robin at all in part 1 or part 2. But when she is there, this is how she's acting, and this is driving me crazy. She's like, I don't know. I don't know. I think she's trying so hard to not be the victim. Like she's heard, we're over your, I don't know, what about me? And we're over the tears, the fake tears, and all of it, that she is coming in with a whole different attitude. The problem is she's a bitch.
She's a what?
She is a bitchy.
Alrighty then.
As it comes in this episode, and it makes you just want to break your television. Oh, go back to being a victim. I didn't want to break my television. I just didn't like you. I was annoyed by you. I just wanted you to go away like an annoying, pesky little fly. Now I feel violence coming on. I don't know what this is. I don't like smugness. And Kody has been smug in the past. Really annoying. This episode, her and Kody both smug. I don't know where they come off with this sense of arrogance and just being above this whole process, above the questions, above the fact they have to sit there on the couch, certainly above Suki. And they completely believe they are above the family and the OG3. Oh, it's okay. I'm sorry. I'm not going to annoy you with my frustration. Let's move on. Robin is then asked the most obvious question. Do you think Kody has a bias? Well, this is the dumbest question ever because he's come out over and over and over and over again saying how she was a special wife. He had a special love for her. He liked her more than anyone else. He didn't understand what love was till he met her. On and on and on and on and on. So here's Suki throwing her a softball. Do you think Kody has a bias where she can just come out and say, well, yeah, he does. As he said in the past, he felt something different for me. Now, we did our best to try to hide how we felt for each other, but sometimes he didn't do a very good job of it. So, and I feel bad about that. I feel bad for the OG3. That could have been her response, but no. It's Robin. She lies.
I don't think so.
No. Lie number 2. Kody doesn't have a bias. Now my DVR, for some reason when it's live, is choppy. And every now and then it jumps. I don't know if it's TLC or if it's rectum, or what some people call spectrum. I call it rectum. Either one, the original one doesn't come out. And so it's not going to air for another 3 hours again. I'll record that one as well. But at any rate, if I remember, I will put her response in here because I remember the smugness in it when she was talking about wishing the OG3 would just keep her name out of their mouths.
Are there any subjects that are off limits?
Not really, no.
Why do you think it's not the same that Janelle feels that?
I don't know. I don't know why she feels that way.
But he shut her down in that clip.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of focus on me. I actually get really tired of it, but
that wasn't my question.
I wish really badly that they would all focus on their own relationships and work those relationships out without my name coming up.
It's not about you.
So Janelle is trying to explain kind of Kody and Robin. And she says that she feels like, Robin may have had the best intentions at the beginning. And she doesn't know right now. But what she does believe, the world, according to Janelle, is that Kody is acting the way that he's been acting for these past 3 to 4 to 5 years because he's protecting Robin. She believes that because people are blaming Robin for not really wanting to be part of the family, for breaking up part of the family, etc., etc.
It's true. It's true.
Kody is trying to take the blame off of her by rising up and being this villain that he's never been before.
I don't ever remember him being this mean. Never. He never was this mean. I've never seen him be so mean and so, like all the rewriting of history, trying to hurt people. Like, I feel like it's a smokescreen.
I don't know, maybe it's just steroids.
Allegedly.
Something's making him very angry. But Janelle is saying that he is angrier than he's ever been. She's never seen him act like this. He's ruthless. He's vile. He's a horrible person. And she said she doesn't know this Kody that she's seen these past few years. I don't know. I mean, there's no other way to say it other than Robin brings the worst out in him, clearly.
I can't disagree with that.
It's very interesting because in this clip, Janelle is talking all about Kody. She's explaining Kody's behavior, how he's acting, how he's mean to people, how he's rewriting history, all these things about Kody. And Kody's reaction to that is, do you notice in that clip how much she's talking about Robin? No. She mentioned her at the beginning and said she believes Kody's acting this way because he's trying to protect her. And then she goes on to talk all about Kody's ridiculous behaviors.
Has she ever said to
She mentioned Robin over and over in that scene.
Well, she feels like Robin is.
Robin.
No, she said that Robin was always off topic. So whatever she felt that she couldn't really express.
Why does it have to include Robin? Did Robin offend her?
Probably.
Did Robin do something wrong to her?
That's probably true.
And Kody's response to that is, did you see how much she mentioned Robin? Oh my word, this man is so tunnel vision. He has gone into this trying to find opportunities where somebody will just mention the glorious sacred cow name of Robin so that he can say, can they just not get over her? She came in with the same narrative. I wish they would just get my name out of their mouths. Well, if the two of you would stop being jerks, they'll stop talking about you. If you two were just nice people, they would not say anything negative about you. Why is this so difficult? This is not a difficult concept, yet it is for Kody and Robin.
Us?
Dumb and Dumber.
They still can't get through their thick skulls that every time somebody mentions them, it's either in response to a question somebody's asked them about Kody or Robin, or it's explaining their behaviors and how they're acting. These two will take no responsibility, zero accountability. We'll get to the accountability thing too. Oh my word. I don't even know what he was talking about there, but okay. So Kody's response is, see how much she's talking about Robin? No, but he'll go on. So Kody keeps cutting off Suki here, cutting her off. He's saying she's blaming Robin. Who cares? Maybe she is. She's not, but like, get over it, Kody. Nobody can blame Robin for anything. He's just the worst. So anyway, Suki's trying to set him straight to no avail. He keeps interrupting her. Interrupting cow. I need a second cow. They're both cows.
Another cow and another cow and another cow.
I need an interrupting cow.
Interrupting cow. Wait, you did not let me finish my response. I was to say the interrupting cow.
Suki's keeping her calm and her cool. He keeps interrupting her. And then Suki migrates into talking about Christine. And he pulls that arrogant, I'm better than thou response and attitude and smugness. Oh, he's such a smug. I'll play it because I can't explain it.
Well, Christine felt that she was abandoned and the person that you chose to be with was Robin.
And I think that I just have to respectfully go, have a good life. Via con Dios. I don't care what broke us up. We know that we weren't good together.
You're a smug, unhappy little man, and you treat people like they were idiots.
Did you see the pause? Did you see the pause right before he said via con Dios?
I think that I just have to respectfully go, have a good life. Via con Dios.
You know, he came into this with that in his back pocket. He's like, what are some things that I'm going to be able to say? When it comes to Christine, I'm just going to say, go with God. Via con Dios. But he pauses because he couldn't remember it for a second. What was it again? Via con Dios.
I don't care what broke us up. We know that we weren't good together.
We both know we were not good together. You pitched a little girl hissy fit when she left you. Oh my gosh, we could not get enough. You just complained. You were so hurt by her leaving you. You couldn't stop talking about it. And you admitted your anger was at a whole nother level and you were taking it out on everyone else. You were more upset when she left than anybody else. And so for you to sit here and to pull that voice with that face and say, we know we weren't good together. Oh, lie. So I can't even, there's so many lies in this little bit that he just said here. Like, I'm done. I can't count the lies anymore. Should I try? I don't know. My video keeps cutting out. It was like a 48-minute episode. I only have 24 minutes that got recorded. And half of that's probably commercial, so. I don't have anything good. I'm not going to be able to keep track of every lie that's out there. Oh, it's probably good for my soul. We can just move on. Oh, his face is enough to boil my blood. Let's move on. And when he does at the very end, he goes, kind of like, I just won that battle. No, you didn't, Kody. You just contradicted what you've been acting like and what you've been saying for the past 3 years on the show. You look a fool again. And to double down on looking like a fool is when you say something stupid like that and then end it with, no. You lose. You lost that battle. You lost. I don't know if there's one good thing I heard Robin say in this episode. Other than that, I do believe every comment that Kody made and all the rest that Robin made, if it were a battle, they'd lose. I mean, the war, it's been over. There's too many lost battles already. We still have 2 more episodes to go. But this is not good for them. If they have a PR team, they have to be sweating. And this was all recorded in one sitting, right? So they're sitting there watching it. They have to be going, I got to find another client. I can't represent these 2 anymore. What are they doing? Why are they acting like this? It's the worst. So we have this segment. I'm going to have to edit this in later because it got cut out in my recording here tonight. Rectum. It jumps right to Josephine's restaurant with Kody and Janelle. I am 90% sure this is the jump that the producers, kudos. If this isn't it, I will reference it later on. Rectum really messed with my recording here. But Puddle Monkey, kudos to you. I give you a lot of hard times. I do.
Well deserved, too.
But when Kody kept interrupting and she said, well, let's watch the clip about, and he's like, no. And she's like, okay, well, let's watch the clip about it. No. I can talk about it. And of course, we were talking about the time when Janelle was putting down Robin. He doesn't want people to watch it again. Oh, we have it memorized. It's like etched in our brains, Kody. We could almost recite it verbatim. Such a good time when she called her the sacred cow. Oh, you could tell he did not like it. So This is one of those opportunities where he cut Janelle off. And part of why we were going to this is because he was saying how the other wives cut him off. And she's like, well, you've done the same thing to them. Let's watch it here. So good. If this is the segment or if the segment comes up later, let me just address it now. There was a time where Kody clearly did not want to watch the tape. So he kept interrupting. He kept talking about something else. And then eventually by about the 10th time when she's like, well, let's just watch the clip. He goes, no. Yeah. It was just, he thought he had complete control of Suki in this moment. And he said, no, let's just talk about this. Like he was going to be in charge now. He was going to be the producer, right? Puddle Monkey came to the rescue because I have to say, as many times as Suki tried to redirect, she couldn't redirect him and she would not just turn and say, let's watch. Because they would have clipped right to it and she wouldn't do it. She was allowing him to have control in this moment and it was really bothering me. But Puddle Monkey just interrupted and started the clip. You can see his face turn and go, oh, all right, we're watching it. So good. Actually, I don't think it's at this moment right here. I think it was later on in the episode. I will point out at the point that it happens, and I will be sure when I get another recording of this that I will put it in there wherever it is because, oh, it was good. Puddle Monkey, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. So good. All right. So here is Janelle basically saying, all right, if I can't talk openly about Robin, then I've got nothing to say because you keep shutting me down. He denies it ever happened. It's just, tit for tat. We all saw the show. Kody thinks that we don't watch. Again, Kody loses this battle. This is the first time he gets really upset and goes, Suki, I want to shut you down now. He didn't do the leg cross here, though. We saw the leg cross, and I expected it later in this episode, and I didn't see it. I don't know. I'll let you know. If the leg cross is in there, I'll include it. But it seemed like it was that scene. It was like, I am not going to.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, Suki.
Right?
I want to shut you down now. I know you guys
can't
wanna
shut me
talk.
down.
Yeah, I can.
No, you can't.
I don't have to say the answer.
Okay, you could act like a baby and not do this.
He's like, yeah, I can. See, this is classic narcissistic behavior. I learned this from Dr. Ramani, that when challenged, the narcissist will revert back to like a childlike form and do the They will get that baby voice. They will act like a child. They will just, something in them trigger something, and they're no longer an adult. And they just act like an absolute child. And that's exactly what he did. He goes, no, you're not. No, I'm not. And he did do the, like, I'm going to cover my lips. Like a 5-year-old little girl. We just didn't see the leg cross. Maybe they edited it out and it's just in the preview. Or maybe he does this again in the future, which would be amazing. Because it really looks like the scene. So I will put it in so you can see.
Shut me down.
Yeah, I can.
No, you can't.
I don't have to say the answer.
See, this is Kody's MO now. I don't have to say the answer. And we will see later on at the very end of this, he just shuts down and he doesn't talk. TLC. What is wrong with you? Can we get these two a contract that when they are asked questions in these interviews, whether it be on the couch interviews throughout the season or definitely in these one-on-one interviews, if they don't answer,
Can we all agree?
every time they don't answer, 20 grand gets taken away. Or they get one non-answer. After that, no money for this. Nothing.
Yes, definitely.
I think they should take 20 grand each time. I don't know how much they get for these. I don't think they're going to get more than 20 grand. I think they should be penalized financially. Like they should get a balloon payment, which I think they might, but I don't know for certain. You get a balloon payment at the end of the season, and in the tell-all, talk back, talk nothing, say nothing, whatever we want to call them, episodes that we're watching right now, these one-on-ones, every question that's not answered by anyone on the panel. I mean, because the OG3, there's not one question that they don't answer. Not one. We've already seen Robin give a non-answer last week, And kind of won this week, but we can get away with it when it comes to the sacred cow. She's like, I just don't know what that is. Got nothing to say. It's really a non-answer because it's not true, but it's not as blatant as last week when she said, I'm just not going to touch that. I'm not going to answer that. No. Oh, what is the point of the two of them there when they can just get away with this, act like children and not answer questions? Gosh, it's just not right. We have to sit through 20 some episodes of this, and we do. And we watch him lie and lie and lie and lie some more. And finally, when somebody comes and we have an opportunity as a viewer to feel vindicated, and somebody's going to have our back, ask them the questions that we're all dying to know the answers for, hold them accountable. These two get away with saying, I'm not going to answer that, and it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. I'm not going to answer it. Oh, I want to vomit. Okay, let's move on.
I don't have to say the answer.
Okay, you could act like a baby and not do this, but we're adults having a conversation.
I do love, however, you can tell it got under Suki's skin too, because she's like, okay, you can act like a baby if you want to, because that's what he's doing. He's reverting. He's acting like a child. I'm not going to talk if I don't want to. Although he acts like a little girl. I don't understand why he has to act like a girl. It's probably demeaning to girls. I'm sure that there's some sort of subliminal thing there in conjunction with the fact he always wanted to be a little girl.
What?
So she says, okay, you can act like a baby if you want. And instantly, I am going to insert it here and probably slow it down for your enjoyment. He goes, no. And then you can just see him turn like, oh, you're not going to call me a baby, are you? She's like, yeah, I'm going to call you out because of how you are behaving.
Okay, you could act like a baby and not do this, but we're adults having a conversation.
But listen.
So then Kody does the most fake apology with anger and contempt in his soul. He's like, is this what they want? And then he does this acting job of, I hope. What does he say? I'm going to go back and see what he says because it's not an apology whatsoever.
No.
Hey, ladies, I'm sorry. I was at fault too. I just didn't see a future. I wasn't happy. I hope everybody's happy now. And if you're not, I hope that's not because of anything I'm doing or I'm saying.
Hey, ladies, I'm sorry. I was at fault too. Fake acting thing. Yeah, I just didn't see a future and I wasn't happy. First of all three of them left you. So this is driving me crazy. He is trying to apologize by saying, I didn't see a future with you and I just wasn't happy. That's not an apology at all. And he's saying, is this what they want from me? No, this is not what they want from you, Kody. Oh, angry. I'm so angry.
Got your back. We got your back.
I hope everybody's happy now. And if they're not, and you know darn well they are, Kody. Everybody's happy since they've left you. Everybody left you. Got it? So they are happy. But okay, let's play along with the Kody story in case, and if they're not, they are. We don't even have to go there. But okay. No, this is Kody's narrative. This is Kody's story. Kody's story in his head that, they're probably not happy since they left me. How could they be? I'm Kody Brown. So if they're not happy now, it's not because of anything I'm doing or I'm saying. There couldn't be less of an accountability factor right here. And yet, what is Suki's response? Well, there you go. You just took accountability. No, he didn't. It's the opposite of accountability. What are you talking about? Oh, this made me angry. This was a major drop the ball moment for Suki. He not only didn't take accountability, but he was mocking the OG3 the whole time. And I wanted to spit when I was watching it. And for her to say, well, that's you taking accountability right there. But I will say, it does turn, and it turns out to be in Suki's favor here, because once Kody was told he took accountability for something, he couldn't accept it. He probably thought, what did I just say? Oh, shoot. I didn't know I was taking accountability. I was trying not to. And as soon as she tells him that he took accountability, he just stares. I did? And then he says, I would love to have it back. Have what back? Suki, follow up. Follow up right here. I would love to have it back. Have what? The accountability you just took? Is that what you mean? Because that's a horrible thing to say. But there was no follow-up there. You would love to have what back? All the marriages? I don't think so, because you just started off this whole mantra by saying you were not happy. You're sorry if they're not happy anymore, but you were not happy. Yeah, I just didn't see a future. I was not happy. Those were your words. You can't even follow the bouncing ball. It's words all over the place. Oh my God, this man would be maddening to live with. He is not making sense. He has words that are coming out to try to prove his point. They have nothing to do with what was just being asked or what he started saying. My head hurts in this tiny little segment so much. 1, because of the words, 2, because of the attitude. And now 3, because Suki bought it? And then 4, when she calls him out, when she calls him out by saying, you just took accountability, which was calling it out to him because he obviously had no intention of doing that. He was mocking and being a fool and being degrading and trying to put the women down and talk to them like children. That's what he was doing. And when she said, well, you just took accountability, he's like, I didn't mean, I want to take it back. No follow-up. No follow-up. But a monkey. Get in her ear. I will say, I felt like she did a better job in this. Did I say that at the beginning? I don't know. Maybe I was just saying that tonight when we were watching it live together. I really do think she did a better job, but not right here. No. And Petal Monkey needed to be in her ear and say, he did not take accountability. Follow up, please. And when he made that comment, I want to take it back. Take what back? Please tell us. Okay, we got to move on. Again, I think he thinks he won that battle again, but he didn't. I mean, he lost that battle. Again, the war over. It's over, but he thinks he won another battle.
It's civil war, total civil war.
The question is posed to Janelle. Do you think that you could be friends with Kody and Robin again? Janelle starts flip-flopping and then starts speaking truth at the very end. She's like, I don't think so, but I don't know. Like I could talk to them, I suppose. I mean, it's fine. I don't have anything like really against them. And I'm like, what? Janelle, what are you talking about? Girl. But she keeps talking and her answer keeps evolving. And she shares that she could have a superficial conversation with them and that would be okay. Like she could talk to Robin superficially.
I could sit and talk to them. That would be fine. Yeah. If it was all superficial, I would be fine. If I would talk to them. That's no big deal.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, has there ever been anything besides a superficial conversation with Robin Brown? Because in the 14 years we've watched this, I haven't seen anything deep ever with her. I've definitely seen deep stuff with Janelle, especially in the last 5 years. Initially, not so much. She was very quiet on the show, but we are seeing her heart and her mind and really what she's feeling and going through for the past few years now. Mary, same thing. She has been so vulnerable and just laid herself out there on the line. Really appreciate it. And Christine, we got there. Now, in the past year or two, there's just been a lot of woohoo, dancey, crazy, over the top Christine. That's fine. She's in love, whatever. Prior to that, when she was going through, I would say the entire time Christine's been on the show before she met David. So it's still in her. It's just, it could be Puddle Monkey's fault again. Could be. Puddle Monkey could be choosing to only show the times that she's over the top giddy excited about David. It's great that she is. I just don't want to be beat over the head with it. Like, I want to see the real Christine that I fell in love with season 1, episode 1, who was speaking from the heart about how difficult the idea is and how she doesn't want another sister wife in their family and how difficult it's going to be to have it in there. And this is back when she was still using her keep sweet voice. She still was speaking truth back then. So she has been kind of riding the line at time, but more than anybody else, she's the one that has always been speaking truth all the way through. And she did in this episode too. She was so good in this episode. I couldn't get enough. I cannot get enough of Christine in this episode. She was fantastic. Nothing from Kody and nothing from Robin. I don't remember ever. I mean, maybe Kody did in earlier seasons. Possibly. I don't know. I can't think of one off the top of my head. So it couldn't have been significant. And Robin, I remember nothing but superficial conversations from that woman. That's it. She couldn't muster up emotions in 3 episodes of Garrison's death. Nada. She was like this the whole time. Not a tear, not even a comment. Nothing. She said nothing. It's disgusting. And we know that if she would have said, and she knows, and we all know that if she would have said, I miss him so much, that nobody in the world, we don't want fakeness. We want realness. And if she had any heart and soul inside of her, she would have said, I cannot imagine what Janelle is feeling right now. And my heart breaks for that woman. That's what she needed to share. She needed to share the heart of a mother and connect with another heart of a mother, even if she never liked Garrison herself. Because the way it came off, she's fine with how everything turned out. And that makes me sick. Off topic. Okay. Point being, Janelle said she would not have a deep conversation with Robin. And I agree. It's never happened in the past. It'll never happen in the future. It is what it is. Robin is what Robin is.
Because you have no soul.
So Janelle says in this little talk, okay, I don't have any hate or animosity or anything towards them. I just don't really want to know them. Okay, I'm going to try to count this. I hope that it did not cut out, but I will try to look on another version of this. How many times Janelle said, I don't really like them, or I don't really want to know them. Because I love how she keeps repeating herself. It's so good. I'm not going to be buddies with them or go to lunch with them. Don't blame you. Let's see what else she says. Suki says, well, why couldn't you have a relationship? Could you give us some details? Could you just tell us why couldn't you have a relationship with them anymore? Janelle says, I don't need it. I don't want it. Yes, Janelle. Speak the truth. Speak it. Oh, she adds, I'm not looking for it. Okay, I'm going to have to edit in the rest because rectum cut out and we're at a commercial now. I'll come back to it. Who knows? A couple hours from now, I might still be recording this and I'll just insert it in. We'll see. This is going to be the craziest review. Rectum.
I don't have any hate or hard feelings or anything. I just don't really want to know them.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to be buddies with them or like go to lunch with them or I don't need it. I don't want it. I'm not looking for it. I really just don't like them. I don't want to know them. I don't want to be friends with them. I just don't like them.
What is it about them that you don't like?
I don't know. I just don't like them. I don't like them in that setting. I just don't like them. I don't want to be friends with them.
Wow, that was epic! Dude, that was amazing.
All right, so then we have a segment here where we go back to the day that Mary moves Kody and Nathan are helping her move the furniture into the moving truck to take up to Parowan. And as Mary is backing up, we all know she bumped into Kody. And it was so funny.
That's hilarious.
Okay, we're all sort of over the scene. We don't need to replay it again. What I find interesting is how far away from that time is this? This has got to be a year and a half later or something like that. Now, Mary, reflecting on it, is still saying it was very uncomfortable and awkward. It is very clear that Mary still likes him a little bit, which is why I'm angry at Puddle Monkey or TLC or whoever for deciding to do a one-on-one interview with them in October, unless they watched all of the episodes all the way to the very end ahead of time. My understanding was they didn't. So we'll see how much they cover by the end of this 4th episode. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I have egg on my face, and what I'm saying about this in the last episode and this one makes me look a fool. I'm fine with that because I really want them to have watched the whole season. I don't think they did. Do you know why I don't think they did? Because Mary does not know all the things that Kody said about her and her friends. She still thinks they're friends. She's still in the mindset that she was at that time that he moved her up to Parowan. I don't think this one-on-one was recorded much after that. Both her and Kody admit they're good right now. They're friends. They're friendly. No, they are not. And Mary likes her girlfriends. So you know that they haven't watched the rest of the episodes. Urgh. What a waste. We need like a second set of one-on-ones before the next season. That's what they need to do. You want to make it right, Puddle Monkey? You want to make it right, TLC? Y'all go back and you get them. And from October, you don't have to add the Garrison stuff. I get that. But October, November, December, January, February, we have like 5 months of shows. It's like 20 shows. Can we get them to comment on it, please? Can you please pull them in and let's do another 4 episodes of one-on-ones that are the majority of the season, since it didn't start airing until September and they did the one-on-ones in October. It's ridiculous, ridiculous. I need to move on. This is not good for my health. It can't be. It can't be. I'm sure my women's health doctor would be like, you need to quit that job. She told me I have to reduce the stress in my life. This is what I'm doing. Reduce stress, right? Okay. Just laugh about it, Jenny. Just laugh about it. Okay, moving on. So in this clip, which we've seen and we talked about, and there's a whole review on it, here we are, and Kody is still laughing, and he completely contradicts himself. He talks about how inappropriate it was, how he's married to one woman who he loves, how this whole thing was very sexual. It was not very sexual. She bumped up next to you. Like, people do it to strangers. I stand in line at amusement parks and sometimes end up bumping up and go, oh, that was... It happens. It's not a sexual thing. It's called an accident when you're in close proximity to somebody else. That's it. Moving on. Most people would say nothing about it. Most people would just be embarrassed and then just move on. But no. We're going to make a big deal of this. I get why Mary is, because she's still in love with him. Why is he doing it? Because he's trying to egg on the situation and keep Mary liking him. If I just keep laughing about this with Mary, this will be another little jokey thing that we have together.
And I was like, knock it off, Nathan. And it was funny.
He is manipulating her. He is using her. And it's wrong. Absolutely wrong. And what I started saying before is the fact that he's pointing out how horrible it is, how wrong it is, how it was sexual, and that's not right. And he's got this. And then at the end, he goes, but it was so funny. Okay, no, it's not so funny. Hey, sister friends, this is halfway through the episode. Thank you so much for watching my channel. I appreciate you. If you can do me a solid, hit the like button and leave me a comment down below as well. It's something free that you can do, but it really does help my channel. And if you're interested in becoming a member, our membership is growing, especially our SOS exclusive level. I'm shocked at how many people keep joining it every week. We have a great time watching it live on Sunday nights. I hope you join us. So if you feel like joining that level, great. If you want to join the big supporter level, I appreciate that as well. Even the keep the lights on level. Every person who joins the Keep the Lights On level, even though it's less than a cup of coffee a month, it really does help me. That monthly gesture, together with other ones, really helps subsidize the amount of time it takes for me to go through and do these videos. I appreciate you for supporting in any way you can. And if you can't financially contribute, I understand. Watching this video to the very end, hitting the like and leaving a comment, and even sharing with somebody if you know somebody you can share it with, all of that helps me too, and it doesn't cost a penny. So thank you. Now let's get back to the review. If something happened to me that I thought was inappropriately sexual or just inappropriate in general, something that shouldn't have happened, I'm not going to find it funny. Not funny. No funny. But he found it funny. Which means everything he said before that was just a lie. It was to kowtow to Robin, who's going to see this later on. Of which they cut to Robin, who lies.
Shocker.
And makes it seem like it was no big deal. You know that's not true. You know, everybody knows that's not true. You know that he was nervous to tell Robin what happened.
Was it disrespectful to you?
I don't know. I guess I don't know. For me, it was just kind of like, I haven't drawn those lines yet, or I didn't at that time. I hadn't drawn those lines, so I don't know. I just hadn't really worried about it. So
Keep lying.
Had they seen this yet before they did this one-on-one? I don't even know. Maybe it hadn't even aired yet. I don't know. Okay, Christine then chimes in, and she has the best thing to say. Like every word that came out of her mouth, I was like, yeah, yes, 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 yes. It's fantastic. I'm going to find a way to put it all in. I don't know how. I'll have music playing in the background. I'll splice it up somehow. I'll take pauses out. Everything she says is spot on about the situation and certainly about the way Kody is handling it. Unfortunately, as I watch it right now, Rectum took out 3/4 of it. So I will have to edit that in later on. I'll make myself a note. My apologies.
Him saying that it was like sexual and he was still married and things like that. I'm like, dude, relax. That's not what that was about. He's like, I just want to make it clear. I'm married. Right here. Married. Not to her. No. All of that, that's a thing in the past. Let's establish that. That was just funny. Let's leave it at that.
I am so sorry that my recording was like from here up. Oh my goodness. I had the screen tilted when I was recording so I wouldn't get a reflection from the lights for a clip to put into the video. And because I don't see myself, I didn't realize I tilted my whole self up. So probably going to be a very close up of me at the beginning of this. It is what it is. We are an hour and a half into this recording. We're going to keep going.
They all handle it beautifully. I thought that was super, super, super funny to watch.
Now, she did admit that it was funny to watch. And I think I laughed when I first saw it too, just because it's hard not to laugh when you listen to people who are laughing. And Mary's laugh is very contagious. So I get that when she first saw it, it was funny. In fact, I consciously try not to laugh when I watch it because I don't want to laugh because I don't like Kody. All right, we have a section here from Christine, and I loved everything she said. I'm going to figure out a way to put it all in again. But Rectum cut 3/4 of it out. So I can't talk specifically to the things that she said. Let me talk about it generally. I know I was jumping up and down, and I was pumping my fist, and I was thrilled when she was talking about this. And it was basically calling out Kody.
It's the old Mary. This is the Mary that I
wish I was married to.
Yeah.
That's an ass. That's not nice. That's mean.
Why?
That's disrespect. There we go. Not respecting her as a wife, woman, individual.
Christine just speaking truth and speaking for the people.
And the favorite ex-wife comment was,
Oh, that's just tacky. Why does he have to always have favorites? What's up? Why does he have to always have favorites? Wow.
Mary, it's the end of an era.
Well,
We had something special.
it made me so mad.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what, buddy? You need to turn a mirror on yourself. And you need to look at yourself good and hard. You wonder what ended this era, and it was you. You picked favorites. He picked favorites. He did. And then he tried to pretend like it wasn't true and it was all us. You can't do that. You just can't do it. He's just playing a game with her heart right there. You're leaving, but let me be like, let me be so vulnerable and open with you.
She was saying he was inappropriate. She was saying that he's basically leading her on, that he had been so mean and dismissed Mary for years, cruel to her, saying horrible things about her online, and then to turn like this at the very end and to be like, oh.
So he's been stringing her along for years and years and years, and then he turns around and does this? Disrespectful, completely. That is rude.
Yeah.
That was rude.
She was a rock star in this episode. You know, as soon as she got David next to her on the couch, she calmed down. David wasn't with her in the last episode, was he? I think it was just her on the couch without David. I'm like 90% sure. Isn't that interesting? It's like David comes and sits on the couch with her, and then she just speaks truth, becomes her authentic self, and she's not doing all this. Well, I was thinking that over dramatic, maybe uncomfortable, maybe she was nervous at the beginning. I don't know. This Christine in this episode, oh my gosh, do I love her. Love her the most. She was number one in this episode. Okay, speaking for all the sister friends, that's what she did right here. Yes, she did. Okay, this is the section that Kody didn't want to watch the clip. Okay. I will splice in here part of this ping pong match that was going on between he and Suki. How she kept saying, let's watch the clip. Well, let's watch the clip. Okay, let's watch the clip. And he's like, yeah, I don't think, don't you want to watch the clip? No, not really. Oh.
And in this next clip, it feels like you guys are all very awkward.
All right, I will record it tomorrow because again.
Rectum.
Does anybody else have rectum cable service? The worst.
I want you to look at the clip, look at the body
I
language.
have to explain it. I remember the whole thing.
Okay.
She was into him, which I thought was great.
No, but it kind of felt a little awkward watching it. It did.
The meeting.
The meeting.
David?
It was just.
It was.
You were trying to connect, but it was awkward.
Yeah.
Here for it. This is probably battle number 12 that he's lost. Okay, maybe not quite that high. It's at least 6.
But Christine and I have not spoken except for right there in. Well, at this time, it might have been 2 years. This is the first time I'm actually really talking to her.
Well, can we watch the clip? Because I'm going to show you what we all saw, and it felt a little awkward. I know you.
It was a little awkward.
Okay.
I thought he was easy. It was smooth.
Let's watch the clip.
He was more comfortable for me than Christine was. Let's put it that way.
You want to watch the clip?
Not really.
Let's watch the clip.
No, I'm playing a game here, and I'm going to see what I can do to get you to not play this clip. But he loses. He loses another battle.
You want to watch the clip?
Not really.
Let's watch the clip.
Let's skip the clips and talk about it because I know what
Gwendolyn
happened.
is engaged.
You're watching the clip.
Oh, so good. Let's skip the clip and cut. Puddle monkey comes to the rescue. We love our puddle monkey. Yes, we do. Puddle monkey comes to the rescue. I love my puddle monkey. Yes, I do. It's terrible. That was no melody. But puddle monkey, so good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Just the cutting him off and starting while he's in the middle of talking. Made it all worthwhile. And one of the top, it's in the top 3 favorite things that happened in this episode. Could be number 1. I don't know. I have to analyze it all. Oh, let me go back because this got cut out by Rectum, but I do remember this. I should go back and find the clip of me watching it because I know my face showed shock at the time. I could see what he was doing. You know what Kody said? Did you catch why he was nervous at this meeting? Now, he claims he wasn't nervous at all and everything was fine. She's like, well, you looked uncomfortable. No, it wasn't uncomfortable. Everything was fine. It was fine. No, but you looked uncomfortable. Then he says, well, I was a little nervous going into it because.
The issue really was just being nervous about being in the presence of Christine with some of our kids again. and the intimidation of a potentially overwhelmingly handsome individual. Okay?
David.
Yeah. And the experience was, so there was some trepidation, but the experience itself was absolutely pleasant.
It comes in fast. Like they just start talking. There's no, oh, here we go.
You know, when you meet your ex-wife's boyfriend, it could feel a little daunting. And in this next clip, it feels like you guys are all very awkward. I want you to look at the clip, look at the body language.
I have to explain. I remember the whole thing.
Okay.
The issue really was just being nervous about being in the presence of Christine with some of our kids again, and the intimidation of a potentially overwhelmingly handsome individual. Okay?
David.
Yeah. And the experience was, so there was some trepidation, but the experience itself was absolutely pleasant. Christine was
knew he was gonna do it.
Off of his arm a little bit, which I thought
Totally insulted David.
And when I say that, I mean like she was into it, which I thought was great.
No, but it kind of felt a little awkward watching it.
It
did.
Yes.
The meeting.
The meeting. It was just, you were trying to connect, but it was awkward.
Let me summarize it for you. I thought there was a possibility that maybe David was a hot, good-looking hunk, but it all turned out okay. Huge dig at David. Huge dig. And it goes in line with what they said during that show. Do you remember when that show aired? And he said, Robin said to me on the way there, what if he's a real hunk? And I'm like, why are you guys talking about that? What the heck? And why are you sharing this with us? This man is a child in an adult's body. He has never grown up. And it's sad. It truly is, because this is not a man who was raised in the AUB. He wasn't raised in a very secluded, tiny little compound somewhere. No, he converted in his mid-20s. What is his excuse for his immaturity? I do not know, but it's on full display here. And I remember talking about it in the review that I did of that episode. Like, why did they say that? Why did she say that to him? Why were they talking about it? Why is he sharing this? Did that conversation even happen? Because sometimes you can't believe a word that comes out of Kody's mouth. But if it didn't happen, why would he say that? Why are they pontificating about how good looking Christine's boyfriend is? Were they engaged at the time? I don't think so. I think it was a boyfriend. Why? I have no answers. I have no answers other than Kody is obsessed with appearances. So he was fearful that this man, in his mind, was going to be better looking and an Adonis. And according to him, he wasn't. So Kody was fine. Kody, I just want to say, on behalf of everybody who watches this show, other than maybe 0.00001% of them, we would all take David over you.
Absolutely. Yes.
Certainly for a spouse, but even just to date. Like, Kody, you're so gross. So gross. Do you hear me, Kody Brown? You're disgusting. You're greasy, you're grimy, you're like over-sexualized. You're like a child in an adult's body. There's just nothing good about it. And the body that you have is sort of like a dad bod with chicken legs. No bueno. No bueno. So get over yourself. There's no six-pack anything. There's no washboard anything. The guy has a heart that just, it's a good guy. I mean, you can't even compare. There's no comparison to Kody. So I guess that's why this comment that Kody said shocked me, irked me, but just shocked me so much. Okay. I'll splice part of that in there again. Rectum. Okay, so we just want to point out that when they did the flashback, Kody's interview about the whole experience the whole thing was just such a cringy moment, but you just grit your teeth and you work through it. Complete opposite of what you just got finished saying, which is, it was perfectly fine. I had no problem with it. Everything was good. So now that he saw what he said, he's going to have to come up with some excuse as to why he said in his interview It was a cringy moment, and you had to just grit your teeth and get through it because he lied.
Okay. So it was cringy from the beginning to the end, but I thought David was fine.
Yeah.
Then we get the most blatant lie out of Kody. Most blatant lie of the entire season, series, maybe. The man who went on and on and on for years over the fact that Christine left him. He just was so hurt and offended and angry. Oh, the anger. And he wasn't happy with any of the wives leaving him, quite frankly. But really, it was all about Christine. I mean, we saw him at Salsa Brava when Janelle was trying to have that conversation with him, and he kept going back and talking about Christine like 20 times. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm here to talk about us." Well, you know, when Christine left, it's just that I'm a little upset because when Christine, he was obsessed with her. He was so incredibly hurt that she left. And then when she got a boyfriend, he's like, well, I just hope. First of all, wait. Let me back up. When she left, he said, basically, she's not going to find somebody. Do you remember that? She's not going to be able to find anybody. She thinks there's some great guy out there. There's not. She's not going to find anybody. Like, basically, he's saying, nobody's going to be better than me. It might be too hard to find that clip. If I do, I'll put it in, but I just remember at the time that happened thinking, oh, this little clip here, this is going to come back to bite you in the butt, Kody. It is not going to be hard to find somebody better than you. And she found somebody great, even better. Then after she finds somebody, he's like, well, I hope he's a good guy. I mean, I don't know. Who's going to take somebody without vetting him? I vetted Robin hard. Clearly, he didn't vet her because how is he going to go with somebody who left a good guy? She didn't. She left you. Collectively, a great decision. We all agree. And now, he wants us to believe. I remember writing it down when we were watching it because I do believe Rectum cut that line out of my recording as well.
Rectum.
Oh yeah, here it is. I mean, you can't get a bigger lie than this. Here we go. Kody says, I am enjoying watching them fall in love. I do believe he also said, it's like seeing an old best friend or an old friend fall in love. It's great. So great.
I love their courtship.
Okay.
Because it just lets me relax. I get to watch an old friend fall in love. I can forget about all the past hurts and everything like that. I'm watching them fall in love, and I'm enjoying it.
There's not an emoji or a video clip that I can put in here to emphasize enough how big of a lie that comment was. All right, now this is going to get me really angry again.
Here we go.
So the situation comes up, and Christine has said over and over and over again over the years, she just said it in the last episode, and she's saying it again here. The problem with Kody is Kody does what Kody wants. Kody doesn't plan, prepare, notify, so he'll just show up, upset the apple cart. We now have to eat what Kody wants to eat. We have to now watch on TV what Kody wants to watch. We change our lives around what Kody wants because he doesn't really inform us when he's going to be around, when he's going to show up, and it's just disruptive. Well, Christine reiterates that when it came to Gwendolyn's shower, Kody told Gwendolyn he was not going. I love that she reiterated that. I really do. He said not going. Back when he got invited, which was probably, I don't know, a month, maybe 2 ahead of time. And then the day of, they find out, oh no, Kody is going to come. And then Robin's going to come as well. It does absolutely complicate everything. And I just felt for Christine in that moment as she's like, well, this is my life. He does what he wants. No notice. Oh, that would be maddening to me. But the downside of it all is that nobody was prepared for it, and it really kind of ruined Gwendolyn's shower. It made it about Kody and David. And I do believe that it put a little bit of dissension between her and her mom, too, which makes me really sad because Christine didn't want Kody there. Kody was not supposed to be there. He said he wasn't coming. But the kicker of it all is the fact that Suki brings the situation up to Robin. That was the one line I agreed with when Suki said to Robin, Christine said that, it was a little bit of a difficult situation with you guys showing up and it, made it uncomfortable. And Robin starts off by saying, oh, I agree. It probably was, it was with us all there. Okay. Oh, but then, Robin can't keep her mouth shut. She has that same poise about her where she's going to school us now. She's going to school everybody on what life is like when you're divorced.
This is kind of how it goes in divorce, though. You want them to stay away from everything. And I'm like, yeah, sorry. You share kids. You share a life, whether you are doing it in a nice way or a not so nice way. It's just how it goes.
So she's trying to teach us what life is like when you're divorced. How you have to share. How well did she share? How often did her kids go see their father? This made me angry. Yep. This made me angry to watch. Do not like that she has a sense of arrogance about her too. And I'm going to teach you what it's like. And she basically said, too bad. We're coming because we're parents too of Gwendolyn. So you just have to get used to it. No, you fool. You were invited. Duh. The point is, y'all said you weren't going. And then the day of, all of a sudden you're coming. You upset the apple cart. Do you not understand that?
I'm so confused.
It's not just the fact that you're both going to be in the same place. Obviously, you were invited, they were invited. Christine was very aware of who was on the guest list. She also was informed by Gwendolyn that you and Kody RSVP'd no, not attending. Oh, but you know what? Kody and Robin didn't know it was going to be recorded for TLC. They were more than willing to reply, nope, can't make it, until the day of when they found out cameras were going to be there. And everything changed. I don't know if it's them finding out on their own. Speculation is that maybe McKelty called them. Because Kody made a comment in the thing about, oh, we got a last minute call about it. And we were like, yeah, we'll go. Which is a complete lie. Complete lie. They received an invitation and they RSVP'd no. But then I think he said one of the kids told him about it. And we're like, yeah, we'll go. You know what the kids called probably did? Dad, this is going to look so bad if you don't show up. You're going to look like you're homophobic and you're going to look like you're a bad father. That's your choice if you don't come. And he's probably like, oh, you're right. I need to go. Let's go grab a gift from somewhere. Grab some wrapping paper too. No, we don't need a bow. Slap some wrapping paper on that and we'll call it good. No card, no bow on it. Here you go. Here's your box. We wrapped it 10 minutes ago. So don't for a second, Robin, think that you're schooling anybody. You look a fool. Again, lost another battle.
The war is over, okay?
Then there was a little conversation with Christine and Mary about their interaction at the party. There's not much to say. We talked about it in the episode. I wish the two of them could just bury the hatchet and be friends, but that's just my own personal wish. It is what it is. I thought that Christine did a really good job of reaching out to Mary at the party. I think she did. And I think she had some really nice words, some really encouraging words. You can tell that she was trying to get Mary to be on her side so the two of them can kind of go at Kody, which, I was there for. I would have loved it. But Mary wasn't willing to participate in that way. And she admitted she holds her cards close to her chest and she's not going to share. But Mary at that time was still in love with Kody. So
I found him online.
She stalked me.
I stalked him. Better be careful about that. I love you. I love you too. It's better on the other side, isn't it? Yes. I don't know.
She wasn't finding it better on the other side. Not yet. But I thought it was a lovely exchange. I thought Christine did a great job of reaching out to Mary there. And I thought Mary was gracious. And she laughed with her and joked with her. And I thought it was a good exchange. It just actually watching it made me go, oh, come on, guys. Can't you just be friends? Just to stick it to Robin and Kody, if nothing else. Oh, it's the same thing. Christine Christine, come on.
Take one for the team.
You've got to go to the church and get a release based on abandonment for us. I know you're fine. I know you don't need it. But come on. You want to stick it to the man? That's going to stick it to the man. And then you and Mary need to bury the hatchet and move on. Too much time has gone by. Unless something happened that's like illegal in our court system. I feel like at this point, let bygones be bygones, accept apologies, and move forward. Because again, I think not only will both of you feel better about it, you and Mary, but Kody will not like it. And I think Robin will not like it either. Her bestie, Mary, now friends with Christine. Oh, no. Oh, it would be so good. It would be so good. Okay, all right. I'm moving on. It's my personal dream. Suki asked Mary if she would like to rekindle a relationship with Christine. She kind of had a nice thing to say. It's just true. She said, it would be nice, but it would be sad that it took the breakup of all the marriages for us to be able to get back together again. And she admitted it would require a lot of talking through and working through things, but they can do it.
Let it go.
Mary definitely can do it. She's definitely been in therapy. Christine, I think, has moved on. I don't know where she is in terms of professional help, really helping her work through all her thoughts and feelings. I feel like part of her was willing to just put Kody, the marriage, Robin, Mary, all in a box and seal it. And then she's just moving on and enjoying David and her new life. And I can understand that she doesn't want to go back and open it up and rehash it. But I think if she did,
You can't let go.
she'd be happier because her and Mary were good friends in the past. And dealing with the stuff with Kody, I think will just help her put him into the space that he is, Like if she really does a deep dive into narcissism and she can see him for who he is and understand why any expectations of him was probably never going to happen. But she didn't know that. Like, I don't know. I just think it would help her. All right, let's move on. My opinion. So Kody's talking about David. Do you remember when he had his fantasy in the past and we were like, how weird is this? Not only how weird is it that he thought it, but again, that he shared with us. And he had these fantasy visions of David coming up to him one day and saying, dude, man, Christine, oh man, I get it now. And Kody's going to say, dude, I know, but she's your problem now. And he's going to be like, yeah, dude. They're going to be drinking a beer and bonding over the fact Christine's a pain in the ass. Do you remember that?
How could I forget?
Kody, kid you not, Kody has another fantasy. And again, he admits it and shares it with us. And he starts to describe it. How does he describe it? Ugh, rectum, cut it off again.
Rectum.
I swear I think he used the term, I have a naughty little fantasy. I don't think I wrote it down. I didn't write it down. So what does Kody say? Kody says, I had a dirty thought. I'm just going to say the exact words together. I had a dirty thought, and David and I should go on a guy's trip together. Tryst number 2. Dirty thought? He had a dirty thought? Kody Brown.
I've had conversations with David since that just was kind of like enjoyed his company.
Okay.
And I had a dirty thought. I thought David and I should go on a guy's trip together. So,
I might have to agree. That would be cool.
I just thought, no, not at all.
Ridiculous. All right, ridiculous. Ridiculous at the notion that he thinks, again, he has this warped fantasy world of how he's going to stick it to Christine. And then he admits, yeah, but I couldn't do it because that wouldn't be right to Christine. That wouldn't be right to Christine. Because in his fantasy, it's a dirty thought. Well, who knows why it's really a dirty thought. But what he's trying to portray to us right now is that it's a dirty thought because he and David are going to go on a camping trip and they're going to bond and they're both going to complain about Christine the whole time, how horrible and rotten she is. He just keeps having these warped fantasies about sticking it to Christine. And yet he wants us to believe, I'm enjoying watching them fall in love. Lies. The lies, the lies, the lies. Come on, Suki, call out a few more. I mean, you were better. You were better than episode 1, which is all better than last season. But, like, I mean, there is some blatant stuff in here that she could have come at him with. Explain that to me a little bit. So if it's dirty, does that mean, like, what would make it dirty? What would make it, like, if Christine agreed? Or do you think, like, I remember in the past you making the comment to us, Kody, that you and David would become friends and talk about how, like, hey, doesn't this bother you about Christine? Yeah. I mean, that's probably why it would be a dirty thing, right, Kody? Right, Kody? Come on, Suki. That's what you needed to follow up with. Kind of bond with him and go, well, yeah, obviously the two of you would complain about Christine, right? That's all she had to do, and he would have just run with it. Opportunity lost. So Kody claims he wants to make everything good, that he likes Christine, he enjoys watching his old friend fall in love, that he wishes he could have gone to dinner with them rather than having that. It was awkward when they first met because they really should have the 4 of them should have been grown-ups and just gone to dinner together and just, gotten to know each other that way. That's why it was awkward at the shower for Gwendolyn. And then he goes on to say, he wishes that he and David could go camping. Until he obviously came back. This is later in the day, and she interviewed David and Christine in between. She brings it up again and she says, you know what? Christine and David said that's fine. That's good. Like, you want to do a camping trip or get together and, have the 4 of you do something together. She's okay with that. Oh, we switch. Flip a switch. And all of a sudden, Kody wants nothing to do with it. Oh, his true colors are coming out.
Yeah, a possible double date in the future. She was open to it.
We just haven't healed that much.
His feet are getting held to the fire, and all of a sudden he's like, whoa. No. First of all, though, we got to say, when he found out that David was on board to do a guys' weekend with Kody lit up like a Christmas tree.
Remember the conversation that you had? And you said you'd love to take David out on a guy's weekend?
Yeah, that's just, it wouldn't be cool.
Oh, he was kind of up for it.
Really?
He's like, yeah, that wasn't appropriate. He would? Really? His dirty little tryst, his dirty little secret, his dirty... what was it called? I don't even remember anymore. It may come to fruition, at least in his mind. He's so excited about the notion of he and David going out together on this little camping excursion. Oh, send the TLC cameras. So he's all happy about that. And then he comes back and realizes, all right, we're talking about the fact that Christine's on board with this too. Wait. I was happy about the fact that David and I were going to get together and bitch about Christine. Christine's happy about the fact we're going to go. That means David's not going to reveal anything. But even worse than that, this is going to make Christine happy. I don't want to make Christine happy. Because all that stuff I said about enjoying watching her falling in love and that she's an old friend, that was all BS. I didn't mean a word of that. Completely made that whole line up. And then Kody does his evil straight from the gates of hell response again, where he does the stare and he does the deep voice again. It's that evil demon voice. He was going about David 2 seconds ago. And then now all of a sudden he goes, when she said, maybe this is what you guys need to do. He's like, maybe not. With his gross yellow teeth. Sorry, that's not related to anything, but it just adds to the whole persona of the red face and the greasy hair and the bobby pins holding it up. The yellow teeth. The whole thing is gross. But for him to agree and say maybe and then go, maybe not.
Maybe that would be a first step.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
I'm going to withhold my affection. If she wants to be friends, then I'm going to see to it we're not. Brr. So why Kody? And here is the crux of who Kody Brown is at his core, a child. What is the reason?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Why?
Personal reasons.
Personal reasons. Gotta pull my inner child, my inner little girl out here again. Personal reasons. Let me bite my lip like that too. Shake my curls and say, personal reasons. Just so you have the whole picture. I'll clip it in here too.
Why?
Personal reasons. I don't want to discuss it because...
Why don't you meet her where she's at? What is this?
There's a hair on me.
Oh. I don't know if it was an action of I'm discarding.
No, I'm just not.
You said she has a way of undermining it. That's your intrepidation? I'm trying to understand.
There's nothing left to say right now about that.
Yep, we have Kody trying to be really cool. Trying to be really cool. There's nothing left to say about that. It's half, I hate this whole fake persona of I'm gonna act like a cowboy right now. Use my deep steroid-induced voice.
Allegedly.
And try to put you in your place, Suki. And then the other half of just looking at his face and seeing pure evil. These are the moments that he's sharing with us on public television that gets broadcast around the world. And he's okay with it, proud of it, it appears. Can you imagine within the four walls of his house when there are no cameras there, and this man gets arrogant, angry, entitled, pissed off, how he acts? It's scary. It's disgusting. It makes me dislike him that much more.
How is that possible?
And for Robin to be sticking around during all this, because according to the OG3, he never acted like this before COVID. It's his and Robin's COVID rules that started everything. And he's been acting like this since 2020. Robin is still looking at him and talking about him as if he's an Adonis. I don't even want to be in the same room with this man. Nor let's touch him in any way. Oh, I don't think she does either. I can't believe it. Like, I lose all respect for her if I think that she's attracted to that. I don't have much respect to begin with. Very, very, very little. I mean, maybe none. I don't know. I'd have to analyze it in my head. Too late to think about it right now. But to end it on this, it was just like, ew, gross. But I'm here for the fact that they're putting all of this out there for us so that we can see him for who he really is. And in this episode, I don't know if Robin is just doing a total act and she is missing the mark terribly, with zero coaching, clearly, because she has gone from just unlikable and annoying to full-on bitch. And you want to throw her off the cliff along with Kody. And I feel like we're seeing the worst of Kody we've ever seen. And that's a lot to say. I don't know. Throwing his kids out of the house and, oh yeah, the whole pencil comment, that was pretty bad. Oh no, yelling at Janelle the way he yelled at Janelle. And then doing his childlike thing with her too. Yeah, those were worse. But this might be the worst one-on-one interview he's ever done. And we're only 2 out of 4 episodes in. So I will see you again next week with more.
Goody.
Please take the time to let me know what irked you in this episode and put it down below. And if I missed out on anything and you don't agree with something, you can let me know that too. That's fine. I appreciate everybody's comments. And eventually, maybe not timely, but eventually I do read them all. Thank you for watching to the very end. I absolutely appreciate you, sister friend. Take care. Adios. God bless. And I will see you next week. Goodbye.